guests today are Adriana and Corey, two local artists and co-founders of Easyside, a newish artist studio space on the east side that also serves as a community art space. We'll talk about that. How did this idea come about?
We were kind of like on the edge of graduating back in 2022, and we were like, oh no, we're gonna be losing our studio spaces soon. Like, how can we do it? A lot of us haven't found jobs yet, and yeah, we're just like trying to figure out how we can like in some ways still kind of replicate like this kind of community aspect that we grown in grad school, plus also have shareable equipment and also have spaces for us to do our practices in.
What's the vision behind this?
So for a long time, my husband and I have been talking about opening a community space that could serve artists for multiple practices, but also have sort of flexible use so that people in the community could use the space or the resources that it has as well. And then like while we were in school, we often kind of kicked around the idea of having an artist-run space, like to show work by local artists or like Adriana said, to support practices. So it's really hard to thrive as an artist if you're in an environment where there's no one to receive your work or nowhere to make your work.
You're going to have more community-based events. You're already starting some, but what's in the future for kind of serving the community?
We're thinking about having open pantry hours for the community. So part of our mission is also serving the needs of the East Forward side citizens. Based on a study from Southwestern, this area has one of the lowest expectancy rates, at least in our zip code.
76104.
Yeah,
we're in 103, but
sure,
adjacent.
near,
adjacent. And so we took that study and also wanted to implement kind of like a food giving aspect to it. So we've worked with other organizations like Four Down and Open Farms to like help distribute food. So we're planning to have at least like regular-ish pantry hours where people in the community can come by and grab some food that they need for the week. Other programming we're thinking about, we just opened our micro gallery. So we have a mini gallery that people can come in, and our aim is to show artists that usually are represented or they don't get the chance to show, and also showing exciting work for the community in that way.
We're also thinking about opening, we're not thinking about it, we're working on it, opening a like community workshop area. So we have several power tools and other kind of like work surfaces and supplies and stuff. So you could get a community membership and come use the tools there, which again, we're kind of responding to an immediate need for ourselves and other artists that we know of, but a lot of people that have come through the space since we've opened that live here on the east side have been really excited about that. So that's one of our plans for the year.
Okay. And you mentioned that artists may not think about the possibility of having, I guess, installation works or large works until they have access to the power tools. You kind of want to make that a possibility.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like if I'm stuck in my house working on a desk that's smaller than this, I'm only going to make really little drawings, and I'm not going to think about how they might interact with a different space. But with access to like our micro gallery or our production area, people can start to think bigger. And also like the crossover between artists is something that we're working on. Like being able to trade notes with people and troubleshoot your projects and talk about your concepts. These are all aspects of having like a healthy and dynamic practice.
And it's really creative because you're kind of merging the fine art gallery world with like community service and all under the umbrella of a charitable organization. So wish you guys the best.
Thank you.
One last question. If there are any, you guys are early into your careers, obviously. For other artists who maybe are starting college or thinking about majoring in art, do you have any advice for them?
Oh man.
Funny enough, we both teach, so we deal with the youth every day, honestly.
What do you tell them?
Yeah, I mean, I think they need to look at all different aspects of like life to be integral to their art practice. You know, not just think about like, you know, draw like 10 minutes a day or like whatever. Like, you know, really be in tune in your other classes, because you never know like what your interest brings. I always try to emphasize like look within yourself, look within your interests to like find out what you actually want to make. So that might require like being open to like new things. So yeah, be open in your other classes, write a lot, think about things.
Take them seriously.
Yeah,
just not just your
read
classes.
articles, you know, things like that. Be willing to look at different disciplines to influence the work.
Okay, cool.
Definitely.
Want to add anything?
I would echo that. I think I would say sometimes people come to art with an assumption that it's about making something beautiful or pleasing to look at, and I think today art is really a way of communicating more.
Yeah.
So you really have to keep your options open to be able to communicate in whatever way is like most effective.
Yeah,
to
you
your
have to have something to
concept.
say, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
be worldly, open-minded, keep learning, all that good stuff.
Oh yeah.
So folks want to follow you on social media, website, can you remind folks where to go?
It's-
Yes, we're on Easyside FW on
Yeah.
Instagram and
Just easyside.org. is
yeah.
our website.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, check it out and come to some of their events this year. It's going to be a big year. You guys are new, so you're still ramping up and
Yeah.
really building out here. So
Yes.
Yeah.
we encourage folks to follow these two. Thank you for your time.
Thank
Thank you.